Technology is not just a support function anymore, but it is core to the business. If you look at Flipkart or Amazon or their company, right, they're in retail operations, but the competitive advantage or the growth doesn't come from the retail side, it comes from technology. I mean, they're essentially technology businesses. And I can give you numerous other examples of other verticals where business is digital and the advantage or competitive advantage actually comes from technology. IT, to a large extent in most places, is actually closed in the sense that when a new capability needs to be created, when a new functionality needs to be created, only IT can do it because IT owns the system, IT knows how to make it happen, so the business can make a request, it gets added to the queue, when it rises up in the priority, it gets done, right? And there is a level of pace and change that you can accept with that kind of model. But when you shift to a more open model, an open model assumes that there's a platform, which means that you support a set of capabilities with interfaces and services which others can build on. So there's an element of co-creation. That is, IT is not on the hook to really create every capability that needs to be provided to business or customers, right? That it can actually co-create those, or it can tap into a much wider pool of resources with partners, with internal customers, and with external customers. Make IT more responsive. I think that I've heard many executives sort of talk about when IT slows us down, even IT executives would admit on their own that sometimes it's hard to change systems fast enough for business. The pace of change and the volume of emerging technologies that most businesses face today, you need abstractions which allow you to deal with a pool of technologies at a time rather than one technology at a time, right? If you had to have a cloud strategy or a social strategy or a analytics strategy or a data strategy, it becomes hard, right? Or a Internet of Things strategy. However, if you can abstract it out to an architecture which APIs can provide, it allows you to deal with those changes in a more systematic, more responsive manner.
The CIO's role is an extremely, extremely critical role for all sorts of reasons, but among them, I think there is a potential for someone in this role because he understands information and technology to actually help me think through what I need to do with my business going forward. The germ of the possibility of a partnership to take the business where it wants to go is there.
If we are not changing, if we are not part of the change and we are not innovating, I think we might become a vapor cloud as well. So especially the new economy, which brings digital world. So there is a key to us, we need to digitize. And digital world today is no more the gamut where CIO has a control or the OPEX or CAPEX with the large deep pockets, only he or she is allowed to buy the servers or storage or anything. Today all of us, anybody can walk in and can go to Amazon with a credit card and for $10 per month can acquire enough memory servers or can launch your own services. Certain apps are available to you and all. So that brings a very different role for a CIO to step out of that square box and work in hand with business, work in hand with your customers, work in hand with your competitors. Create an ecosystem and environment where business and other people, your competition, collaborate and best practices with the partners. You take a step forward and instead of somebody telling you or buying an app on Amazon, you are forefront of it and solving the business problems, how to take digitization to real value. It's not that we have taken this XYZ and moved to the cloud, 10 servers from here to there, so what? I can guarantee you if you do Apple to Apple, your TCO might become overall more than what you had initially. So that's a role change, You have to go out of the box. You have to think about it, what business is doing. You have to look at their pain, their gain, and also their P&L. How the business will generate the revenue tomorrow. What I do, 3 things to make sure I wear the hat of the CMO, I wear the hat of a CEO, I wear the hat of my security officer, or CHRO or CFO and see what 3 things differently I need to do for all of them, and go back and co-create and sit in that strategical discussion and vision to execution for business.